So today we are taking a look at the latest version of Saucony's very popular neutral daily trainer, the Ride 17. Now I've got a lot of history with the Ride model, and it was actually my first sort of proper running shoe many years ago, and I've run in lots of versions over the years, and the shoe has definitely gone through some changes along the way. However, I think we're probably seeing the biggest ever changes to the Ride model with the latest version, the 17s. So we now get a full PWRRUN Plus midsole. So yep, not your standard PWRRUN anymore. The shoe has had a massive upgrade, and I am a big fan of PWRRUN Plus foam. So let's dive into the video and take these out for their first run. Welcome back, folks. Hope you are all fit and well out there, and thanks for joining us for another video. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. So recently on the channel we uploaded our Christmas gift ideas for 2023. So if you have been struggling with a bit of sort of gift inspiration, then that video is definitely worth a watch. So I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and check it out. But let's get back to today's exciting shoe in question. We're going to give you a few facts and figures. We're also going to break down the construction in a bit more detail of this new Saucony neutral daily trainer. So initially we were told in the UK that the shoe is actually going to be embargoed until the 1st of January 2024, which I found a little bit strange considering the internet is actually already flooded with content about the shoe, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook or YouTube, all coming over from the States. I'm happy to say the embargo has been lifted early here in the UK, and that's why we can bring you this video today. So the new Ride 17 is going to retail here for £135. So there has been a slight increase of £5 compared to the previous version, but we've got to remember we've had that big upgrade and it now comes with that full PWRRUN Plus midsole. They weigh in at 295 grams in my size, a UK 9.5, and they still run off that same 8mm heel offset. So we got a stack height on the heel of 35mm and 27mm under the forefoot. So a pretty decent helping of the soft stuff. Even though we've had that upgrade to a more premium foam in the midsole, I am happy to say that they still come with a pair of the brilliant Saucony PWRRUN Plus insoles inside. But it's not just the new midsole construction, because we've also got this revamped engineered mesh upper. So the Ride 17 is pretty much a brand new shoe from the ground up. I've got to say, I really like the way this shoe looks, especially in this bright yellow colorway. Big fan of yellow running shoes, but you don't see many of them around these days. The upper has a real sort of premium look and feel to it. So we've got a really nice plush feeling gusseted tongue, a nice level of padding and structure around that ankle collar and in the heel cup. But something I did notice when I was looking at the shoe is it does look very narrow in the heel. It sort of pinches in quite narrow on the heel there. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that fits and feels on today's run. We've got some small perforations all over the toe box, and then some larger, more like sort of cutouts rather than perforations on both sides of the midfoot. They're actually covered in this sort of rubberized overlay that works all the way around the midfoot up to the lacing system. And speaking of the laces, we don't get any sort of standard lace eyelets. We've actually got this sort of fabric loop system that's going to provide you with a sort of good hold, good lockdown around your midfoot. And then finishing up, we've got the obligatory pull tab on the heel. We've already highlighted the new foam in the midsole, so it is PWRRUN Plus, the same stuff you'd get in, say, the Triumph 21. Should feel nice and comfy, should feel plush, but also it should feel like it's offering more energy return when you compare it to the midsole in the previous Ride version. I think it's a really good move by the brand, upgrading that foam, but it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with the new Triumph, because the Ride 17 and the Triumph 21 are quite similar shoes now, so maybe we'll see an update to PWRRUN PB in the new Triumph's midsole. And then finishing off, if I flip them over, we've got a really good helping of Saucony's XT900 blown rubber in all those high wear areas. Should give you a good level of grip and durability while you're racking up all those training miles. But there you have it, the brand new very yellow Ride 17 from Saucony. I'm actually filming this video the Saturday before we head off up country to take on the brilliant Hurtwood 50k. I'm actually using the race as a bit of a training run for the Arc of Attrition next year, so I thought it'd be good to get in some miles today before we leave. Hopefully around sort of 8, 9, 10 miles, but let's get these laced up and let's get running. Okay, so we are 6 miles down already, so that's always a good sign. That's gone really quickly and the legs are feeling okay, which is obviously a good thing because I've got to run Hurtwood 50k on them tomorrow. The calf has been feeling a little bit tight over the last couple of runs, so I gave it a good working over last night. Got in the myo pumps, got the foam roller. I also got the massage ball deep into my calf, and that seems to have really loosened things up. And then I just grabbed the massage gun out this morning and gave it another working over. And it seems to have worked. They feel pretty good. As far as the Ride 17s go, well, they feel very comfortable straight out of the box. I thought it was going to be a plush feeling shoe. The gusseted tongue in it is quite clever. It's very comfortable across the top of my foot, but it doesn't really carry a lot of padding, so still allows you to get a nice lockdown. It really feels like it's hugging my midfoot. I'm also happy to say, after testing the Convara out recently, that shoe did come up a bit long, and I could have definitely gone back to a UK 9, which is quite rare in a Saucony shoe. The Ride 17s are back to being true to size, so that is a positive thing as well. But like I say, 6 miles down already. We've only got another 4 miles to run, so kind of chasing the weather. You can see behind me there's some big grey clouds building, so let's get these 4 miles done quickly. Okay, unfortunately we didn't beat those grey clouds, so here comes the rain, so we are making a dash for home. We've got about 2.5 miles to go, so we should be all right. And this is definitely an upgrade to the ride. That new PWRRUN Plus midsole, it's feeling comfortable underfoot. Definitely feels like it's giving a little bit more pop, returning a bit more energy than the previous PWRRUN midsole on the Ride 16. And it just feels like a plusher shoe altogether. But anyway, let's sprint home, get in before the heavy rain comes, and then we'll give you a full breakdown of how the Ride 17 handled its first run. Let's get home. I ended up doing a very comfortable 9.8 miles out there today, but unfortunately I am running a little bit late, just to make a change. So literally straight after I film this conclusion, we're going to be jumping in the adventure bus and heading off up country to Dorking. We've probably got about a 5.5 hour drive, so I don't want to get there too late. But I've got to say it, my legs definitely felt a lot better today, so obviously all that maintenance work I did last night has really paid off, and I'm actually very excited about taking on Hurtwood 50k tomorrow. So what are my initial first thoughts about the brand new Saucony Ride 17? Well, they have definitely made the shoe feel a lot more plusher, and I am a big fan of this new upper construction. It really does feel slipper-like straight out the box, and it gave me a very secure fit, so good hold around the midfoot and in the heel. So I felt nicely locked down, and I had no movement, no slippage within that upper while I was out there on the run. The only thing I would say is the laces are very sort of stretchy, so it was quite awkward to start with to get those laces tied down properly. Once I did, I felt nicely locked down, and that lockdown stayed throughout the run, so there was no sort of stopping and having to readjust the laces while I was out there. I'm not sure it is the case, but the new PWRRUN midsole on the Ride did feel maybe a little bit firmer than the PWRRUN midsole on the Triumph 21. I think these felt like they were returning a little bit more energy out there, and you know, if I push into that midsole compound, maybe it does feel slightly softer. Don't get me wrong, these still gave me a very comfortable and springy ride out there today, especially when you compare them to that standard PWRRUN midsole on the Ride 16. So holding the two shoes up there on camera, they really do look pretty much identical. And actually, while I was out there running in the new Ride, I think they do run very, very similar. I actually mentioned it on the run that maybe Saucony have some big plans for the new Triumph, or else they're going to be left with two sort of daily training shoes that look, feel and run pretty much the same within their road running lineup. I was actually right, because when I got home I did a bit of digging and I found an early picture of the new Triumph 22, and it looks like Saucony are going to utilise a full PWRRUN PB midsole in that new Triumph. I'm not actually sure when the new Triumph 21 is going to be released here in the UK, but very interesting that Saucony are going to go for their performance-based foam PWRRUN PB in that midsole construction, and definitely going to be interesting to test those shoes out. But back to today's shoes in question, and I've been really impressed with the updates that Saucony have made this time round. We've got a much softer, bouncier and overall plusher feeling daily trainer. I would have liked to see them about 20 grams lighter maybe, don't get me wrong. It's not a heavy shoe, it didn't run heavy or anything like that, but I was a massive fan of the overall weight and balance of the Ride 15, and they're actually 25 grams lighter than these. Obviously, these are just my initial thoughts after that first 10-mile-ish run, and I'm going to continue to run in the new rides, and then we'll be back on the channel with a full in-depth review. Or even better still, maybe we can compare this new neutral daily trainer from Saucony against a new Brooks Ghost Max that we tested recently on the channel. They're definitely two very popular daily trainer options, so if you'd like to see that video, get in the comments below and let us know. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow us on our other social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook or Strava. But that brings today's video to an end, so I'm off to pack up my kit, get it loaded into the adventure bus, and then we are heading off up country for Hurtwood 50k. Obviously, when this video goes live, I'll have already run the race, so you might know how it got on. I might have posted something on social media, but wish me luck, fingers crossed. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. It's really appreciated. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. Right, let's get packed. Let's go racing. Maybe even better still, we can compare this new neutral daily trainer against the new Brooks Ghost Mask. Against the new Brooks Ghost Mask. Or maybe better still, we could compare this new neutral daily trainer from Saucony against the new Brooks Ghost Max. Oh.